is everyone doing? Everyone can talk. Ask them what have they done. It's 365 days last year. I can tell you exactly what I've done last year. I can tell you the amount of people I saved from going to jail. I can tell you that I got this person out of jail. I can tell you that I've done.
Top of the morning, YouTube world, is Coffee. Tapping back in with some news, man, and you hear some motivating words from the wise man Hove, right? 365 days in a year, like motherfuckers asking you, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, I can account for everything I've done in this whole calendar year. And you heard him speaking of freeing individuals from jail, and you know, he's running the whole Rock Nation empire and all that. And I don't know, it's just good to tap into some good motivational content. As you know, there's a lot of BS and fluckery in the blogosphere to get lost in. You know, like, it's nothing wrong with tapping in for entertainment purposes and whatnot, but at the same time, you know, we got to stay productive with our time in that. You know, I gotta say though, it's always good and refreshing to hear of the good work that Hope does when it comes to freeing individuals from jail, Innocence Project, different things like that. You remember some years back, there was that whole situation going on at that Parchment prison where videos were leaking from individuals inside the prison, where the sewage had leaked up into the prison. There was fires in the prison and stuff like that, you know, and the prison was telling people, like on the outside world, telling the media, you know, there was a little situation, everything's good, you know, and it's like, it was really, really bad in that prison, and they had a long history of just terrible ish going down there, man. Even dating way back, is just a terrible place of pain and misery and just fucked up stuff going on, you know. And if the individuals in the prison hadn't got those videos out and didn't have those cell phones in there, you know, who knows what would have happened. But when word leaked out, Hove used, you know, what connections he had to get that situation dealt with, you know, among a lot of other stuff that he does. But you see this picture that just came out, man, a new pic just dropped recently, man. Speaking of Jay-Z, with Memphis Bleek, you know, they go way back. You see Bleek captioned it and said, you know, 40 years, you know, their relationship, how far they go back and all that. Or I'm sorry, 40 plus years outside with the OG. So that's cool to see Jay-Z and Memphis Bleek still doing it up or whatever, you know, from everything that went out with Rockefeller Records and, you know, now to Rock Nation and the split of Rockefeller and everything. We've seen things go bad with certain individuals, from Beanie Siegel to Freeway to all the state property dudes, to hell dudes from even before that, Sauce Money, all these cats, whatever the case may be. Jay and Memphis Bleek still rocking together 40 plus years. It's a beautiful thing. It's cool to still see them tapped in together. But speaking of milestones in hip hop and many years of being on the scene and whatnot, and Memphis Bleek, you know, you see Memphis Bleek was in attendance with his, you know, what is his movement he's pushing out, Warehouse Music Group or whatever. They were on the scene for another big milestone, Noreaga's 25th anniversary for the Nore album. Man, you heard Super Thug playing that song, used to get me hyped back in the day, man. And it just, that album, what a great project, man. Comment if that album was a favorite of yours, your favorite tracks on there. I mean, obviously Super Thug, I just mentioned the title track, Nore, was a banger that went hard. A lot of cool cameos in the video, Fat Man Scoop, Busta Rhymes, the list goes on and on. But man, Nore still doing it big with the Drink Champs podcast and everything in media. That's great. That's outstanding to see. But man, this album was huge, and it was like make or break for Nore. You know what I mean? As obviously you get your foot in the door in the game, you know, you got to capitalize off that opportunity and keep the momentum. And you know, they had the CNN project, him and Capone, which had TONY, and ish like that. The War Report was another classic. You know what I mean? We're just talking history and classic-ish, it seems, today in the news. But Capone went to jail. What was Nore to do? He went solo. Now, imagine if that project would have flopped. They could have lost their deal as a duo. The labels could have said, "Fluck it." No, he delivered a smash hit. Man, but comment if like I remember I got this album for Christmas. Comment your favorite tracks on the album, of course. Super Thug, Anawari, Banned from TV, fire track. You got Cam on there, Styles and Jada going back and forth like they do. Who else was on there? Nature, I think, had the hottest verse, honestly. Came in the track, ripping it. Big Pun. How can we forget Big Pun? R.I.P. to one of the GOATs that's always left out of that conversation. Just a classic banger of a track. Body in the Trunk with Nas. Man, what a track that was. There was some reports. I got hyped for this a few years back. I want to say somewhere around 2018, 2019, as I was a loyal Drink Champs listener. Then I still am, but I was really tapped into everything that they had going on over there. And DJ EFN, who recently got in that heated debate with Tony Yayo, right? He started talking about on Twitter that there was talks of Noreaga and Nas shooting a video for Body in the Trunk, which was this track that came out all the way back in like 98, 99, an old track that probably should have had a video back then, but it didn't. And EFN, when he was responding to fans and he was like, yo, stay tuned, this may happen. It never happened. But I think that would be something that would be a lit movement in hip hop, right? If a lot of these artists back from that era went and shot videos to those old tracks, I think that would be lit. But man, 25th anniversary for Noreaga's Anawari album, another big moment in hip hop. Nore's still in the game, getting it. Comment what your thoughts about the album, his longevity in the game, all that. Let's talk about it in the comments below. And then to close it out in the news, some more history being made in hip hop, some more historical-ish. Two more legendary MCs we're talking about, also out of New York, 50 Cent and Nas, right? They came into the game like Nas was already established artist, of course. By the time 50 Cent got on, them being from the same borough and all that, there was a connection between them. And Nas actually brought 50 Cent. I don't even think it was it even G-Unit at that time, or was it just 50 and Yayo on tour with them, and with Nas and the Bravehearts and all that. And then on the mixtape scene, Nas was supporting 50, giving him that cosign and everything. But obviously things kind of went sour between them at some point. We heard Fifth taking some shots at Nas, and remember he said, I can go with Nas and Hov both for the throne and all that. David can go against Goliath with a stone and all that. And there was and he took some other shots too on Piggy Bank. Remember he had Nas, he said Pharrell, who did he say, or that game was the bomb, and Nas went and tattooed the John his arm, Jada don't fluck with me if you want to eat. But he was saying, and he had Nas dressed like Superman, chasing the ice cream truck, which was Khalees, the milkshake and all that, being a super save-a-ho and all that, diving for the truck, falling. It was crazy, man. But it was like, wow, two more individuals that had ties in the game. Relationship goes bad. We see that play off and out in hip-hop. Well, it seems now they got it together and they're going to collab in some form or fashion. I don't know if this is a show or what. But Magic 2, which, Nas, these projects that Nas has been dropping are fire with Hitman, from King's Disease to Magic, all that. 50 Cent, y'all ain't heard me in a minute. Nas, felt like it was time, so it's done. Check us out Friday, 7/21, Magic 2 office hours. Boom. So apparently he's going to be on a feature. They're going to do a show together or whatever. You see Broadway all day in the comments. That's a dude that used to do those videos. He actually did the Piggy Bank animated video. He says 2 goats, can't wait. So Nas, 50 Cent, it seems, officially burying the hatchet. Not like they've had a heated beef and all that time, but, you know, it's just dope to see both these guys who've prospered through hip-hop and business and stuff like that to take it back to the beginning stages and you know, get it together and show unity. I think that's lit, man. So that's it for the news, man. Fifth Nas squashing the issue. Nore, you know, celebrating 5th year anniversary for the Nore project, first solo album. Still in the game, getting it in media. Hove, you know, with that. You know, like I said, this is all just positive-ish in the news today, and in all New York MCs, you know, Bleek, Jay, Nas, 50. It's dope, man. Nore. Let's talk about it all in the comments. Thanks for watching, y'all. It's Coffee signing out. Subscribe and stay tuned for more. I'm gone, y'all. Peace.